You're dating like 10 guys right now. You have a high body count. I do have a long distance relationship. And OnlyFans? Define crazy. They always come back. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Griselda. Today's video is about to be a really good one. So as you can see by the title of this video, today we are going to be doing a get ready with me as I answer your assumptions. I asked everyone on Instagram to make assumptions about me and I was a little shook because a lot of them were true. You guys are good. So if you want to see how I create this look while I'm answering those assumptions, then just keep on watching. I'm gonna put a little bit of lip conditioner on because these lips are crusty. I think I'm ready. Actually, I think I'm a little nervous because I haven't read any of the assumptions. So we're about to do this together. Let me spray my Caudalie spray first, and then we're gonna do a little bit of the Refi primer. My stomach. I also decided to put some extensions just to like switch it up because I feel like I get tired of having like my hair in a ponytail. But honestly, that's the only hairstyle that I can really rock right now. But these are like the longer extensions. Like, look, they're so long. The only thing is that I do have a hard time like blending it in from like here. Anyways, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Oh my God, I think I'm a little nervous. Okay. The first assumption is you have a boyfriend you keep on the low. First of all, I mean, I'm pretty open, I feel. You know, I've talked about dating. The answer is no. I don't have a boyfriend that I keep on the low. I'm using this foundation today, and I actually mix both of these colors because I feel like I'm kind of in between. I'm using the shade Medium Tan Warm and Medium Tan Neutral. This one has an olive undertone and this one has a warm undertone. So I feel like I'm kind of in the middle. The next assumption is I assumed, meaning now this person knows that I am. She said, I assumed you weren't as funny. A lot of people, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, a lot of people always tell me you're so funny. And I feel like I am. I feel like I'm quite the character. I feel like I'm very, very witty. Like very witty. Especially if I'm like talking to somebody. I just be pulling out all the cards. Another person that's actually really funny is Anthony. The apple does not fall far from the tree. Okay, next assumption is your boobs are fake. My boobs are not fake. My boobs are very much real. And to be honest, I wouldn't be opposed to getting them done. And I'll tell you why. I have a pretty good size, but I need to be a little fuller. You know, I had a child and I breastfed, and I feel like after breastfeeding, they kind of like dropped. I'm very blessed that my boobs didn't get saggy. They are a little, you know, on the, not droopy, I don't want to say droopy, but I feel like they can use a lift. But I feel like I don't have enough boob to lift them. So I feel like the only option would be, and I don't know this because I haven't gone to go get a consultation, but I feel like the only way that they would be able to like look a little fuller is if I got like an implant, but like a small implant, because I feel like they're like a handful, you know. I'm not mad at them, but would I be happier with bigger boobs? Maybe, I don't know. I feel like from the front they look big, but from like the side they look kind of small, you know. Okay, next assumption, you secretly have an OnlyFans. Wow. An OnlyFans? First of all, the answer is no. I don't have an OnlyFans. Am I opposed to it? Also no. But I don't know. I don't see myself like, I don't see myself doing that like at all. I don't know. I just couldn't. I don't know. The answer is no. Okay, that is the answer. I don't secretly have an OnlyFans. I don't know why that question made me so nervous. Maybe because I secretly do have an OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. I don't. I really don't. I don't even know how I would find time to do that. And if I did, like, what type of content would I do? Let's move on. Next assumption is you've been married before. No, I've never been married. but I have been engaged twice to the same person. Yes, I said it, the same person. We never like set a date. We never got that far. I just didn't see marriage with this person. And yes, granted, I said yes twice to getting married. And I feel like I was doing it all for the wrong reasons when I said yes. So I'm gonna leave it at that because I was with this person for a very long time. So I feel like that's the reason why I felt like that was the right thing to do. I finally listened to my heart and I said, absolutely not. I can't do something that just does not feel right. I really have been loving blending out my contour with like dual fiber brushes. I use this one from Hank and Henry. It's called Lucy. And then for my face, I use this MAC 159. I just feel like it just, you know, really blends everything together. Ooh, I did not blend this. And then I just go in with the sponge to kind of blend everything together. Next assumption is you don't get along with the father of your son. Sorry, in parentheses, only because he's probably a jerk, LOL. It's hard to answer that question because I never want to be the type of person that bashes anybody, and I don't want to bash him. We don't communicate unless we absolutely have to. And I guess that is not getting along. I think that's just choosing to have like a peaceful life, because I always choose peace over anything. So yeah, that's, I guess, to answer your question. You're dating like 10 guys right now. Are you in my phone? I'm just kidding. No, I'm not dating 10 guys right now. I feel like that's too much work. Like I can barely have a conversation with one and like try to keep up. Like it's too much. To answer your question, no, I'm not talking to 10 guys. You didn't ask me how many guys I'm talking to, but it's not 10. I'm just kidding. It's not even like, it's not a lot. And I feel like talking isn't bad. Like you're having conversations and getting to know these people. If you guys want any holiday looks, let me know in the comments down below. Next assumption. Dun dun dun. Well, I guess it's not an assumption. Well, I mean, is it? I guess I can take it as an assumption. I'm an amazing mother. I like to think I am. There has been times, thank you, by the way. I feel like there has been times where I've been extremely hard on myself. And I feel like that's every mom, because I do it by myself. And that in itself is hard enough. It gets hard because when I can't make it to like one of his games, or I've been working all day and I don't get to like spend time with him, it definitely makes me feel like I'm not doing enough. I'm learning to accept that I'm doing what I can with what I have, and not to toot my own horn. But Anthony has become such an amazing kid, and I have to like give myself props, because who he is till this day is because of me, and everything that I've taught him, like the morals, being respectful, all of those things come from me because I teach him those things. So thank you. That's very sweet of you to say. Okay, next assumption is you hate being an influencer. I love what I do. Like, love what I do with a passion. Has it been a little hard throughout the years? Absolutely. Would I change it for anything in the world? No, because I never in a million years thought that I would be my own boss, experience all of the amazing trips, people. I've met so many amazing friends through social media, and I just wouldn't change it for the world. Next assumption about moi is you are ready for another baby. I don't know what made you think that, but the answer is no. I think I've said this before on my stories, maybe possibly. I don't want to be 40 pushing a stroller. Kudos to those who do it. For me, I feel like I've already experienced motherhood, and the reason why I'm saying no is because I've done it by myself, and I think my biggest fear is having another baby and then I have to do it all over again all by myself. And I feel like it wouldn't be as hard because I have Anthony, and Anthony is great with kids. I'm like so far removed from that lifestyle that I can just get up and go. Like, Anthony is 16, he knows how to make himself a meal, he knows how to take care of himself. Like, I can literally leave him for like 3 days and he'll survive. Having to start over is just gonna be like a hard no for me. And I feel like it's hard trying to find a good man that not only is good to you, but also good to your kids. Next assumption is you like to date younger men. I have never been opposed to dating younger men. I've always dated either around my age. I have dated younger men. It's fun until they say something that my son says and I'm just kind of like, that's kind of cringy. And not saying that that's a bad thing. It's just like, I can't look at you romantically or seriously if you're talking like my child. It's just, it's not gonna work. But for me to just date younger just to date younger, the answer is no. It's like not my preference. For the eyes, we're gonna be using this Natasha Denona Retro Glam Palette. And this is what it looks like. All of your exes want you back. I don't want to toot my own horn, but I will say they always come back. And the reason why I say that is because I am the type of person that I am going to treat you the same way, even if you're the one that's fucking up. I'm not changing who I am because of your actions. I'm still gonna be a good person. And the reason why I am the way that I am is because when you realize, you're gonna be like, damn, that was a good woman. And then you're gonna try to come back, and then there's not gonna be any access to me at that point because you done already fucked up. Do they always come back? Yes. Or most men always try to come back just to see if you let them? And it's up to you to make that decision because half the time they only come back just to test you. Listen, go ahead and try to test me because you're gonna fail. So I kind of want to do like a cut crease, but I don't know. I honestly don't know what I'm doing right now. Next assumption, your son is mixed with black. His dad is Mexican, but I do see why you think that because I have gotten that a lot. Like they always think that he's mixed, maybe because he's just so tan and he literally stays tan throughout the whole year. I'm like, in the summer, always trying to play catch up with him. I always tell him this year I'm going to catch up to your color. And then I never do. Like he just gets darker and darker and darker. So I can see why you would think that. You don't know how to cook. A lot of people think I don't know how to cook, but I know how to get down in the kitchen. Do I like to? That is a whole different ballgame. And I'll tell you why. So when I was young, my mom never, or maybe she did and I don't remember, but she never had me in the kitchen. I was more of a estorbo. I don't know how you say that in English, like a bother. And not that I bothered her, but I feel like maybe I was just in her way in the kitchen. She just never like sat down and was like, here, I'm gonna teach you how to make this and this, that, and the other. Or maybe she did and I was just not open to it. To your answer is I do know how to cook. Next assumption, your farts smell like roses. I don't know whose fart smells like roses, but mine definitely don't. I feel like mine aren't deadly, but they don't smell like roses. You smell really good. I have been told once or twice, maybe 3 times, a dozen times, that I do smell really good. I have this like concoction that I created when I go on dates or if I'm gonna go out with the girls. I love to just slather myself. I feel like my eyes are missing something. Maybe once I put eyeliner on. We're gonna use the Rare Beauty eyeliner. This eyeliner is extremely pigmented, like really pigmented. You almost gotta be careful with it. I don't know, I feel like it's still missing something. I'm gonna add this darker pink here in the crease. Maybe that makes a difference. I'm really not liking where this eyeshadow is going. Yeah, that's much better. I think it just needed a little bit more depth. You like to keep your family private. I don't want to make anyone feel like they have to like appear on my stories or on my YouTube videos. Maybe I should ask because I feel like I've never asked, and then I can share more of them if they want to. This person said, you seem taller than you are. I'm 5'5" and I feel like that's pretty average. There's been times where people come up to me and they always tell me like, oh my God, I thought you were taller. And I'm just like, no, just little old me. By the way, these 579 lashes by Ardell, do not sleep on them. Next assumption is you hate living in LA. First of all, hate is a very strong word. I don't hate living in LA. Do I dislike parts of LA? Absolutely. I feel like there are parts that I'm just like the freeway. It's like, why is there always so much traffic? And Beverly Hills, Hollywood area, like Sunset, that area is just like always jam-packed. And maybe because it's like a touristy like little area, but I do dislike going there at a specific time, and a lot of crazy people are out there. So I can't compare it to anything else because my whole entire life I've literally lived in Los Angeles. So it's hard to say that I hate it when I have nothing else to compare it to. I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I would move somewhere else. Somewhere where it's less busy, not too crazy. Look at the lashes. I have a few of my favorite Ardell lashes. The 113s are also really good. You have a long distance relationship. With who? And actually, I do have a long distance relationship. And that is with Ponyboy, because he lives in New York and I live in LA, and I wish that he can live here. And if you don't know who Ponyboy, he is my best friend and I love him very much. And I really do wish that he lived in LA. So yes, I do have a long distance relationship, but not a romantic one. Okay, next assumption. You smoke a lot of weed. Do I ever appear high? Do I look high right now? I don't smoke a lot of weed. Have I smoked weed before? Absolutely. I actually have experienced a lot of things while I'm high. My choice of consumption of, I guess, weed is edibles. They help me sleep and they help me with my back pain. So I do have edibles, especially just to knock me out at night. I know like smoking obviously gives you like an instant high, but I'll take an edible right before I jump in the shower, and then once I'm like ready to lay down, it'll kick in and I'll be knocked out. The smoking of the actual weed kind of throws me off a little bit because I'm just like high and I don't want to do anything. Not you thinking I'm a pothead. Do I look like a pothead? You're really crazy and loud in real life. Define crazy. Depending on what your definition of crazy is, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. But loud, I'm not. I don't like to be in the spotlight. I don't like to be the center of attention. I feel like that's why I've never thrown like a huge party for myself, because I've never really liked that type of attention. But I feel like the crazy part you got right. You're really picky when it comes to men. I don't think I'm picky. I think that throughout the years I have experienced a lot of men that have led me to know what I want and what I'm looking for. And being picky is not a bad thing. I think it's just knowing what you are looking for in a person. You are a hopeless romantic. When it comes to someone I'm in love with, I am very romantic. I will pull out all of my cards. I love romantic things. I love making my partner feel really special. I will set up a room with like rose petals, candles, like pull out all of the cards for my partner. Plan trips, plan dinners. Like I'm that person. I have had partners where they are equally as romantic as I am. So yes, I am a very hopeless romantic person. Okay, next one is you've dated a woman before. I find women very, very attractive. Like I am not afraid to be like, girl, you are beautiful, you are sexy, you are this, you are that. Will I date a woman? No. That's just, I am strictly dickly. You're a control freak. That is yes. But I feel like I've definitely gotten a lot better at not being a control freak, just because I need to learn to let go and let God. I need to learn how to give people an opportunity to show me what they're capable of doing. And I think I'm getting better at that. And that involves all aspects of my life. That was the old me. I'm a new person. I'm a changed woman. Okay, next assumption is you were the black sheep of the family. I was just having this conversation with my sister. So my sister and I are 16 years apart. She just turned 21 and we went to go have dinner, and I was just telling her that I was the black sheep of the family. I was so bad. Like when I tell you I was bad, I feel like I just had like That's So Raven like moment where I just, it took me back to my high school days. I am so happy that Anthony is a good kid, because if I had to deal with everything that my mom had to deal with, I feel like I would have been in a coma or in jail or somewhere, because I was bad. I don't know how my mom, I love you, Mom. I feel like she put up with a lot. And she was also a single parent. I need to go give my mom a hug. I can't right now because she has COVID, but I definitely was. You were right about that. You're very masculine in a relationship. I can be very masculine in a relationship. If the man is very dom, I could be very submissive. Like, I did date someone, he definitely was older. I think he's 42, 43? 43. I think he's turning 43 this year in a couple of days. And he was very dom. Like, wouldn't even let me like open up the door. Like, his masculine energy was like at 100 and my submissive energy at 1,000 with him, because that's the energy that he gave me. So to answer to your question, yes, I can be very masculine, but it all depends on the partner. Next assumption is you are very dramatic in real life. And this is very true. My whole entire family will agree with you. I always say that I'm not dramatic, but they always tell me like, why you gotta be so dramatic? And I'm just like, I don't know. That's just how I am. You've dated a celebrity before. Not dated. I've talked to a celebrity before. And at the time, I think he was more like behind the scenes. And now he has been talked about lately in the tabloids. Not for anything bad. And he's well known now. That's all I'm gonna say. Next assumption is you're a thug in the streets. Listen. Could it be my bag of jeans and my gold teeth that make me? If you ever hear anybody bumping I'm a Thug by Trick Daddy, just know it's me. Like, that song is one of my favorite songs. Don't ask me why, but I feel like because of that, that makes me a thug in the streets. Next assumption is you are only attracted to tall, dark, and handsome men. Yes, yes, and yes. I am very attracted to tall, dark, and handsome. It has always been my type. But I feel like I'm attracted to other types too. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I can't describe that right now. But my go-to has always been tall, dark, and handsome. So you're right, yes. You seem like the type to slide in someone's DMs. This is very true, because I have slid in people's DMs before. Have I done it lately? No. I think the last time I did that, I want to say maybe like 3 years ago, and the person responded, and then it just didn't go anywhere after that, because I feel like he was just too into himself, and he also had a huge following too, so I feel like, you know, he probably gets a lot of DMs. So that didn't go far, but I have, yes. You have a high body count. First of all, that's a little personal. Define high, because my high may not be your high and your high may not be my high. So I don't know. I think that's we're gonna leave that one at that, because yeah. You have a date for every day of the week. That would be so stressful. Like, so stressful and mentally draining, because having to keep up with all of those conversations, honestly, I don't know how people do it. I go on one date and I'm just like, oh Lord, I'm so tired. It's a lot to go on dates. Imagine 7 days in a row. Like, no, I don't have dates every single day of the week. You wish you can sing. Yes, that is absolutely yes, 100%. I would give anything to be a singer or to know how to sing. Like, I feel like that's such a beautiful talent to have. Next assumption is you're a fun drunk. I want to say yes. I think it depends on what I'm drinking. So based on that, I'm gonna give you like a different person. So if I drink beer and if I get drunk off of beer, I feel like I'm such a happy drunk. If you give me tequila, I feel like I'm more emotional. and talkative, and vodka, just don't ever give me vodka because I've had one really bad experience with vodka. Vodka makes me a little cuckoo. So I think it just depends on what I'm drinking. Okay, next. You have more guy friends. You have more guys? No, okay. They meant you have more guy friends than girlfriends. I definitely do have more guy friends than girlfriends, and I'll tell you why. So growing up, I was always a tomboy. Like, was not girly at all. And I felt like I didn't like get along with girls because they were super catty, and I stay away from like cattiness. So I felt like I would relate more to like the boys, and like I played sports, I played soccer, I did karate. Like, not too many girls were doing all of those things. Like, most girls are like cheerleaders or in drill or, you know, like doing all that stuff. And I just wasn't that. Like, I was very athletic, and I feel like I got along better with guys. And I feel like it kind of like carried on to my adulthood. And now that I'm more girly, I still have a lot of guy friends. Most of them, actually not most of them. I think like 3 of them are gay, and like the rest of them are just straight. And I have 4 solid girlfriends that I can count on. And I feel like we're so similar. We're like, some of them are really girly, but also could be very like tomboy. I feel like I found my circle of friends that like I feel comfortable. You don't date within your culture. That's not true. My son's dad is Hispanic or Latino. I'm not opposed to dating within my culture. I like what I like, and what I'm attracted to is usually not Latin or Hispanic men. You're a cool mom. I like to think so. Thank you. He's told me I'm a cool mom before. Your son wants you to date. When I tell you, this kid, every single time, every chance he gets, so mom, when are you gonna start dating? If this kid can put me on a dating show or a dating app, he would. Because when I tell you, he is so ready for me to date. He doesn't watch this video, but little does he know I do date. That's a conversation that I need to have with him, because I think now he's at an age where he'll understand what dating is. To answer your question, yes, he absolutely wants me to date. He wants me to be in a relationship. He probably wants me to get married and have kids. Like, he really wants that for me, and that makes me happy. But it's like, it's hard. Only if he knew. I'm just trying to raise him to become better than the men that are out here. That's what I'm trying to do. The best way that I can describe my dating experience is shopping at the clearance rack at Goodwill. You can't live without music. And whoever you are, you deserve a PR package, because you really know me. And it's not an assumption. I think this is just you making a statement. I literally listen to music every single day throughout the whole entire day. It's crazy. Like, if YouTube would allow me to just be jamming to music and filming, that's what this channel would be about. I love music, and you're right, I can't live without it. Next one is, you were a bully growing up. You really think I was a bully growing up? Actually, it was the other way around. I was the one that got bullied. I used to always get bullied because I've always had big lips, and I was always really, really skinny. So they used to always call me, what is Popeye's wife or girlfriend, whatever she is to him, Olive Oil. I think that's her name. Yeah, her name was Olive Oil. I used to always get teased because I was that skinny and my boobs hadn't grown in. And on top of that, I was a tomboy. So you can imagine. You don't say bad words. I feel like I said like 5 in this video. I cuss all the time. I feel like I cuss a little too much. Your assumption is wrong. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this getting to know me through assumptions video. It was definitely fun. I feel like I should do that more often. It was something that got me opening up a little bit more to let you guys know a little bit more about myself. With that being said, thank you to everyone who submitted their assumptions, and I will see you guys in my next video.